What is happening, guys? Mike here. Welcome back to the channel for an all new episode of Shampoo Search, the segment where I help you guys find your next favorite shampoo. And today we are taking a look at the all new cleansers from the awesome people over at First Hand Supply. Alright, once again, welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at some new cleansers from First Hand Supply. There was a lot of interest actually surrounding these when they were first announced. I knew I needed to get them on the channel as soon as possible. And actually, I was let in on these a little bit early. I found out about them way before the public did, and of course I was sworn to secrecy. But since actually receiving them, I've put them through quite a few tests, so I can offer you guys some thoughts here, some opinions, how they work, all the different things that I think about them. But let's start real quick here with meeting the focuses of today's search. Today we will be looking at the Hydrating Shampoo, Hydrating Conditioner, and Body Cleanser from First Hand Supply. And according to the brand, when it comes to the shampoo, the brand made it using 3 key steps. The first involved using a balance of soaps to not create one that is too extreme on the hair and scalp. The second involved adding natural oils and fatty compounds back to the hair. And finally, step 3 included adding moisturizing agents to the shampoo itself. And all of this was done and included in this one product itself, just the shampoo. We haven't even gotten to the conditioner yet. Now, inside this shampoo, we've got a lot of awesome things, one of them being honey. The full name is something like hydropoxy trinomium, something like that. Honey. It's a big long word in honey. I can't freaking say it, but this is something that I didn't actually ever know about. I didn't know, but honey has actually been used as a hair moisturizer for a very long time. I thought that was very cool. I had no idea about that. They also use some serious science with this honey here. I mean, it's all very Breaking Bad if you look at what they're doing here. It involves positive charges, negative charges. There's a lot going on here with this honey, but honey, I think they actually call it honeyquat. That's what they refer to it on their site anyway, honeyquat. That's like, it sounds kind of ridiculous, but I mean, it's some real stuff. After it goes through this big science-y transformation, it's quite interesting. They say it actually sticks around in your hair as like this invisible microscopic layer on the hair and scalp, and then it pulls in water over the course of the day. And really, that's just one of the ingredients. They also have this stuff here. I mean, they're really killing me with the big words on this stuff. I have no idea how to pronounce this word. I'll just like put it up here for you guys, but it's a form of plant sugar that also bonds to the skin from what I read. It also bonds to the scalp as well, obviously, for up to 72 hours or something like that. And that's just really interesting to me to see, because I've never seen this stuff before, and I know some of you actually have complained about stuff building up or sticking around in your hair, especially when it comes to shampoos. And I'm not saying this is the same as that, or those silicones that you guys sometimes talk about, you know, the silicone buildup. It kind of reminded me of that, though. You know, we've talked about it in the past. It kind of reminded me about that, you know, building up and sticking around, things like that. But, you know, we'll talk about that later when we actually try it out. Now, though, let's go ahead and talk about the conditioner, which for sure needed to be special in its own right to follow the shampoo. I mean, really, how are you going to follow that shampoo? You needed to have a conditioner that was just as awesome. And what we have here is they've brought back that honeyquat that we just learned about. I don't know why I can't say honeyquat without laughing. Honeyquat. Anyway, honeyquat. They brought back the honey, and this time it's sticking around providing moisture. And they also brought back that whatever, the ISO stuff that sticks around, also providing moisture. They brought back that stuff into the conditioner, but this time we're also adding in jojoba oil, which is almost a perfect match to the natural hair sebum that's found in our hair follicles, and that soaks in very quickly when it's used in the conditioner to provide a nice silky satin feel. Also, before we go ahead and actually use these, I think we need to take a second and appreciate these bottles. I mean, seriously. These bottles are freaking awesome. I mean, these have to be one of the coolest bottles that I think we've seen come from a homebrewed line. If I'm being honest, they're pretty freaking awesome. And they're also made just like the hair products, if you guys remember from that review. The new packaging from First Hand Supply is made from recycled milk jugs, which I think we can all agree is very cool. They're also a very nice size. These are 10 ounces, which I think is a good size. It lasts a good while too for the money, which for those that don't know, it's $22. Each one of these is $22 US, so they're all the same price, but I just wanted to take a quick second and send my appreciation for these bottles because I really think they're awesome. But let's go ahead and use this stuff now, put it to the test. We'll cover the body wash here in a second. I know you guys are excited to see the cleansing set, so let's go ahead and check that out here. What we have is my normal morning hair just ready for washing, and what we're gonna do is wet it, of course, then throw the goop in and just give it a nice move around. You can see it foams up nicely. There's nothing too special here. It's a shampoo. If you could feel my hair right now, I think you'd be able to feel it really cleaning in there. I know it sounds like it would be sort of a soft cleanser based on the description, but for me, it doesn't feel like that at all. It actually feels like it's cleaning very thoroughly. Initially, I thought it was a bit dry. I'll talk about that more in a little bit, but after I actually rinse it out and then blow dry it, you can clearly see it's not dry at all. It's just a feeling the shampoo gives off. Of course, this is nothing added, just the shampoo and blow-dried hair. We haven't added the conditioner yet. I just wanted to show you the shampoo by itself. The hair's nice and soft. It's obviously clean, and overall, I think it's very nice and very healthy. Now though, let's reset here and add in the conditioner, which I do think is a very nice product. It's pretty much everything a good conditioner should be. It's moisturizing even to your hands as you apply it, and you can really feel it going to work pretty much instantly. It just makes everything feel soft right when it touches it. I don't think I need to show you guys the rinsed out hair part. That's self-explanatory. So let's jump straight to the end result here. Blow-dried hair. I think it obviously looks different than just the shampoo. It builds off that shampoo nicely. It looks and feels softer and overall healthier. I think it does have a bit more volume, not a ton more obviously, but you know, there's some there. And just so we can see how this transfers into a styling routine, here's a look at an end result style with the First Hand Texturizing clay. I'd say that this is pretty normal for this clay. It styles and applies as usual, so the cleansing duo doesn't impact the styling routine really at all, and it allows it to go off just as expected, if not better. Now though, let's go ahead and talk about the body cleanser here. This was also one that was designed specifically by the brand, just as specifically as the cleansing duo was designed. It was meant to be strong enough to clean the skin, but not strip it of its natural oils. So this also has activated charcoal in there, which is easy to say as well, which is an ingredient from past products that we already know works very well in cleansing the skin and not being too harsh in doing so. Also, using this stuff, honestly, is pretty nice. I'm not a huge fan of the scent, if I'm being honest. As a body wash, I like the scent, just, you know, I'll talk about it in a second, but you know, it just wasn't my favorite in the body wash. But in regards to how it feels on the skin and how it makes the skin feel after using it, it really works. It leaves the skin feeling refreshed, soft, and the balance in the formula is just very clear when you're using it. Now back over to that scent. Again, for me, it just wasn't one that I would have chosen for a body wash. It's not a bad scent. It doesn't smell bad or anything. It's just the same scent as the cleansers. I would have just liked to see something new for the body wash, but other than that, I'm very impressed with how balanced the formula is. It feels super nice, super clean, without being overly dry too, which is awesome. You know, you don't want it to be too dry, on the other end, you don't want it to be too oily as well, so that's why I say it's nice and balanced, and for that reason, it gets high marks from me. Moving back over to the cleansing set now, though, those also were quite interesting. I mentioned those ingredients in the beginning there, the ones that kind of stick around. That was very interesting for me to see. You know, you got shampoos like Pure, for example, that reformulated their shampoo so that didn't happen, to stop things from building up. And here we got a cleansing set that aims to leave something attached, which I don't believe is the same again, but you know, the concept is quite interesting if you think about it. Now in regards to that ingredient sticking around, you know, now that I've said all that, this is all gonna sound kind of weird, but honestly, I don't feel that thing sticking around. But either way, I wanted to test that a lot so that I could report that if I did find it. You know, if something's sticking around and it's annoying me, I want to be able to say that to you guys, to let you guys know about something that's that important. But I don't actually feel anything building up, being left over. I see soft, healthy hair. I don't feel anything abnormal, no evidence of anything being left behind. I looked. Believe me, after seeing what those ingredients do, I looked, but I just didn't feel it, so that's that. Beyond that though, like I said, I feel that it works very well. It makes my hair very clean, it doesn't make it feel dead or crispy, it does give it some life back in there, and as you saw in the end, it doesn't really impact the styling process at all. It doesn't make it too hard, you know, by making the hair too dry. It doesn't make it too oily, which, you know, can affect products in the same way. It actually just worked very well. It flowed nicely, which I think is great. In regards to comparisons though, those pesky comparisons, I'm not going to go through and compare this to every other shampoo that we've seen here. That's really dumb. It's so hard to compare two shampoos that both clean and they make the hair soft. It's just really hard to do that. But what I will say is kind of on that soft spectrum, if you will, that if you put it on a graph maybe of, you know, soft shampoos that we've seen, I would say this is pretty much in line with Bivolane, or at least very close to it. I'm talking about them as if they're a set, by the way. If we're just talking the shampoo, if we're just talking about the shampoo, I would have to put it, you know, right under Bivolane. Bivolane would be right above it as far as softness goes, but as a set, I think they're right up there with the Bivolane set. I think they're like, you know, right on the Bivolane level. But on the flip side here, I'd have to put the Pure Set from the Salon Guy actually one level up above these as far as softness goes. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, they're so much better, this is not as good. I'm just saying that it makes, I feel like the Pure Set makes my hair a little bit softer than this set. And when choosing a shampoo, you need to consider everything, not just how soft the shampoo makes your hair. You gotta consider everything going on in the shampoo on top of the results that it offers. So that's just my advice to you guys that are actually choosing a shampoo and sending me all these shampoo comparison questions. If you would though like to check out the cleansers from First Hand Supply, they do sell for $22 each, like I said, but I do have a coupon code for my subscribers to use to save money, and I will leave that and a link in the description if you are interested in checking these out. But I do believe that does it for today. Thank you so much for checking out this episode of Shampoo Search. If you enjoyed this one, let me know by tapping that like button and dropping me a comment there. If you haven't yet subscribed as well, I don't really know what you're waiting on. I'm getting told more often than not now that people are watching all my videos, but they haven't hit the button yet. So if you haven't yet done that, you definitely need to do that. Help me out, help the channel grow. I really appreciate it. I will, of course, be back with you guys again right here next week, and until then, you take it easy. I'll see you next time.